Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the Perceptual Shift Show. My name is James Quine, and this is my brother,
Robbie Quine, and I am a perceptual shifter just like my brother. And I'm also a life lover, and this is my life-loving sludge of black coffee. Gets my motor running, and I dig it.
And this is my...
It helps me to love my life.
Is it okay if I say my thing?
Yeah, okay. Sure, jump in.
And this is my hot spice cinnamon tea with cream and honey. You kind of overtalked me there for a second.
That's all right.
That's what we do all the time.
I'm trying to steal the show.
That you are. Kidding. You're a thunder stealer is what you are. Which is better than a thunder thighs.
Yes.
Actually, thunder thighs can be very attractive.
Wow.
Yes, they can. I'm open to all shapes, forms, sizes, heights, weights, everything.
In Zap Comics, Robert Crumb, the artist, he always had these curvy, chunky chicks.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
He loved them. And
all
I
right.
do too.
So
I have been a chubby chaser.
We are not discriminatory.
I've had fat
in any way,
girlfriends
shape, or form
that were foxy, Rubenesque. Is that how they call it?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm okay with it.
The bottom line is, I love my cinnamon tea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So, are you ready for a good show?
Yeah, I'm really in the mood. Yeah.
You ready to play some music today?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just slide this back.
Very smooth there. Okay. Yes, but I have to apply my perceptual shift lenses, of course.
All right, before we get too far down the road into the music, but go ahead and shift. You can start the shifting process.
Are we supposed to introduce about the book and stuff?
No, we're going to talk about that. Oh, yeah, I'm going to say a couple words.
Meetings?
Well, we do that after.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay.
All right.
That's okay. All right. So here's what this podcast is all about. For everybody that's been here before, you know what we're about to do.
Right.
You know what the lenses mean.
Yeah.
You know what this show is about. But I'm going to tell the people who haven't been here before what this show is all about. This show is called the Perceptual Shift Show.
In case they're newbies and it's their first time?
Exactly.
Okay.
This is called the Perceptual Shift Show. It's based on the book, The Perceptual Shift, How to Love Your Life and Manifest Abundance.
Right.
A book that I wrote with the help of my brother, my daughter Annie, Randy, a lot of other people helped me out. A lot of people inspired me to write this book.
Right.
It's been a long time coming. I'm grateful I wrote the book.
Over 40 years,
yeah,
right?
I found many mistakes in the first issue. If you have the first issue, it is going to be a collector's issue because there'll be so many mistakes in it.
There's some typos in there.
But we're going to be uploading a new issue soon, which has less mistakes.
Right.
I doubt there will ever be a version of this book with no mistakes.
I don't think we're going to get there in this lifetime.
I am not perfect.
No.
Yeah. And no one's perfect.
Right. And being perfect is highly overrated, I think, too.
But we are perfectly imperfect. And that's part of what perceptual shifting is looking at your mistakes as gifts that allow you to grow.
Right.
Yes. They move us in the direction that we want to move into.
Yeah.
So we don't need to put ourselves down.
And how about just starting to make less mistakes? That's progress.
You know, this morning I was listening to Jim Carrey's speech, and you can check this out online.
Yeah,
I showed it to
yeah.
Robbie. And it's about this small grain of sand that was implanted at some point along your childhood.
Right.
That gave you the message that you were unworthy or weren't good enough or couldn't achieve or were, not
up to snuff.
Not up to snuff. Yeah, that you were not lovable or some kind of message.
That is the biggest effing lie in the universe.
And that tiny grain of sand needs to be eradicated.
Yes.
And
neutralized.
Replaced with a brand new grain of sand. And that grain of sand says, you are lovable.
Yeah.
You are wonderful. You can achieve anything. You can manifest anything you want. You deserve to love your life. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to love others. You deserve to be loved. You can have whatever type of experience in this life that you want.
Right.
If you believe it. So that's the new belief we're trying to implement.
Yeah, and maybe shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the stars.
How about changing it to a grain of gold instead of a grain of sand?
Or a grain of love.
That's right.
That's right.
Fantastic.
So this book is
Getting all esoteric here. I dig it.
yeah. So this book is all about loving yourself, your life, and creating more abundance. And
Maybe
who doesn't want that?
2 grains of love.
2 grains. I'll
Why
take
not?
2 million grains.
That's right.
All right. So we got a couple announcements for you, but before we do the announcements, like I mentioned earlier,
Right.
what do?
We rock and roll around here, and we shout our mantra of life loving.
Rock and roll!
That's
Hoochie coo!
Exactly.
All right, so if you are a guitar player and you know this song, come on and play with us. We're bringing on the intro song for the Perceptual Shifters.
That's right. E minor, D, C, E minor, and the bridge has A. Grab your guns. Here we go.
Welcome to the Shift Show. Get ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah, baby.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a goodie. All right, sometimes we mess it up, sometimes we get it right, sometimes it's somewhere in between. And we love it no matter what.
That's right.
Yeah. So playing music for us is very, very spiritual, very inspirational.
It's a heart chakra. That's the zone.
Yes. It's part of loving life. And that's why when I was 50 years old, I asked my brother to help teach me how to play guitar.
And it was my great honor, and I'm glad you stuck with it. You get better and better every year.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
It was bumpy at first.
Yes,
because
it was.
You have to develop strength in your fingers, and you were having sort of muffly little D chords. That were
I knew that it would be difficult.
Yes.
I knew that there'd be some finger pain and some and I had challenges. And the reality was at 50, I decided I was willing to push through and do whatever it took to get there.
And you already played a little bit of piano before. I think that helped your guitar playing a little bit.
Yes. I mean, I love playing piano.
Yeah.
Our mom played piano. So I remember being a child and playing piano with her, just hanging out and sitting on her lap or next to her and playing the piano. Did you do that too?
We always had piano music in the house.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would switch to like classical.
And she was a singer.
Yeah.
Can you do an impersonation?
She loved Carole King.
Can you do a loungy impersonation of Mom?
No, I can't.
A Carole King one, come on.
Well, I mean,
where you lead,
she liked
I will follow.
It was like she really loved it.
Anywhere. Didn't she have that like throaty kind of?
Yeah, she did. She had a lot of drama going on, a lot of shoulder action.
Will you lead?
But she loved it. It was really sweet.
With you.
Yeah, but she really liked the dun 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 dun. I feel the earth
move under my feet. I feel the sky.
That was her favorite. Yeah, she would rock out.
Yeah, it was very sexy kind of a feeling. And she also was the voice for "It Takes a Thief." We'll be back in a moment.
After station identification.
That's right.
It was really
Did you just hit your mouth?
Yes, I did. I hit my chin.
That cracks me up every time, dude. I love it. All right. You can tell we love to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's part of life loving.
It's a very important, pivotal part of
It is.
I think.
It is.
It's called Rule 62. It's don't take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
It's not healthy to be all stressed out all day long.
You don't want to be living in Rule 63, which was made up by Chris.
Right. You took it to
Take yourself, how's it go? Take yourself super seriously.
Too seriously.
Yeah, take yourself really seriously.
Yeah.
Take everything really seriously.
Right.
And walk around with a stick up your butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also serious.
Someone cuts you off, you're pissed off all day long.
How dare you?
All day long.
You've destroyed me.
Yeah.
My serenity is gone.
You robbed me.
Yeah. And somebody told me once, they're like, if you choose, You never need to hand your serenity over to anyone again.
Right.
It's a choice.
Yes, it is a choice.
And it's same thing with anger. You
Yeah.
can't make me angry if I don't want you to make me angry.
Take that breath.
And there's a book, by the way, with that title. That's a great book.
Yeah.
So
Angry people forget to breathe.
they do
Have you
forget to
noticed that?
breathe. They do forget to breathe.
Like,
And that's why breath is such a big part of
Yeah.
it. And all these masters talk about
Right.
how the breath ties in with our ability to create a life that we desire.
And singing is part of breath too.
Yeah,
What we just did.
Let's take a deep breath right now.
Yeah.
Let's take it with
Why
the
not?
audience. Ready?
Okay.
1,
Here
2,
we go.
3. That feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. All right. Before we get too far into here, I've got a couple announcements to make. Number one, if you've got the book, awesome. Love you. Grateful that you're on this path with
That
us.
was a perceptual shift breath, by the way.
That was a perceptual
It's a
shifty.
special kind of yoga that we practice.
Yeah. If you don't have the book and you like the book, you can get it on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or lots of other places online. It's about $14.95, I think, for the softback. You can also get the hardcover book or
The Kindle version for a couple of quid, very good deal, and get a little notebook. $3. Oh, it's $3.
just letting you know.
Okay,
Just
that's
clarifying.
a good deal.
Yeah, $2.99.
But
yeah.
get a notebook so you can do some of the writing. In this book, you don't need a notebook. You write in the book.
Yeah.
We break all the rules around here in Perceptual Shift. When inspiration comes, start writing.
Yes. Get that pen out.
And you are the king of highlighters.
Oh yeah, I absolutely
the
love
emperor.
highlighting. In fact, the reason I love highlighting so much is that I tend to have ADHD or ADD or something where I can do many things at the same time. This thing keeps falling down. Have you noticed that? I keep lifting up this microphone.
I saw that.
I gotta really tighten
Crank
this
it,
up.
man.
Yeah, and my mind can wander while I'm reading. Have you ever had that happen? Yeah. And what happened for me is when I discovered the power of the highlighter
Yeah.
to keep my mind focused on what I'm reading,
Right.
because specifically what I do is I look for something juicy to highlight.
Right.
Something that really resonates for me on the page.
Did you start doing that at USC when you went back to
No.
school?
I started doing that when I first started this journey with the inspirational backpack. So I started putting all these books inside of a backpack, including a journal.
There's part of it right over there.
Yeah,
I'm looking
and I
at
started
it right
going to Starbucks, taking out this stack of books
Yes.
with a pen and a highlighter.
Yeah.
And then I would do a mini meditation with an app called Simply Simple. No, it was like Simply Being or something like that.
Right.
I can't remember the exact name. But what it allowed you to do is put in your headphones, listen to somebody go, and now we're going to take a few minutes to have a meditation and relax. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. And then you could choose the voice, you could choose the music, and I would set it for something like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And in Starbucks, I would do my meditation with all this commotion going on around me as a test to see if I could calm myself down in the face of all that stuff, which is sort of what equanimity is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the first thing I do is I would take my pen and my journal, and I would journal the date, the time, where I'm actually sitting to get grounded in the moment. And then I just do some free writing about how I'm feeling, what's going on, end it with a gratitude list. XOXO, mom, Chris, grandma, give love and kisses and hugs to my angels who have passed away. And then
don't forget little Jamie.
And little Jamie boy. Well, he hasn't passed away. He's inside of me.
Yeah, but I mean, you still.
Well, I do that in the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that with my mirror work. But then I would go through these books one at a time, read one page out of each book, highlight and write something at the top of the page that resonated for me.
Right.
Before I did that, I would read them all and have no idea what I read, because I'm thinking about all the things I have to do when I'm done doing my golden hour.
Right.
And so now I do it with a highlighter and a pen, and it's a lot more powerful.
Wow.
And frequently it'll be so good, I will take a screenshot of it,
Yeah, I've seen
a
that.
photo of it, and I will send that to somebody.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's kind of how that process
You kind
started.
of condense it down into like one sentence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the juice?
Right.
And the other thing is
Thank
that
you. Yeah.
when I'm mentoring
Hold on.
somebody,
Where's the juice?
there's the juice. Thank you. And when I'm mentoring somebody, a lot of times they'll be talking, and if they're droning on and on for a while, I will go through the book I'm looking at, and I will find something written at the top of one of my pages
Right.
that says, like, keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, hey, you mind if I share this page with you?
Right.
And the page is about not droning on
Yeah.
or something like that.
Fantastic.
But, okay.
Wink,
so,
wink.
Yeah. So a couple other announcements, and we
Okay.
got to get into this page.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Or we're just going to be babbling forever.
Chatterbox, yeah.
Okay. So also, if you want a signed copy, you can DM me at Instagram or TikTok, James M for Michael Quine. That's my last name. Our last name, Quine.
I have a signed copy from my brother. It's very high vibration. I love how it feels.
Our last name, Quine, rhymes with fine.
Yeah.
Or wine, which is something I don't indulge in anymore, but you may. In any
Back
case,
in the day.
back in the day, I indulged in too much wine.
Too much,
So,
yeah.
You can
My license was revoked.
Yes. DM me there if you want a signed copy. I'll get that to you. You can also check out some life hacks and some other cool things
Love
on
the
Instagram
life
and
hacks.
TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok. I like TikToks.
I
I haven't had
used
a
to like
TikTok
'em,
in
yeah.
a long time. All right.
It covers up the pot smell. That's like a stoner thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
TikTok?
The Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
I like the when you
Yeah,
shook the
I know.
box.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All right. If you want to get, if you like this podcast and you want to get reminded of when the next one is coming, like, follow, subscribe. Also, on Saturdays, what do we have going, Rob?
Saturdays are awesome around here in Perceptual Shift Studios. We have a live Zoom meeting, which is so awesome. We have people
On this book.
on the book, and we go through questions very, very slowly. Like, we don't race through this book. There's no reason to race through it. So
One page at a time.
sometimes we only finish one page.
Yeah.
And-
It started out in a half hour. It kind of went to an hour.
Right.
We've had some longer ones and
Yeah.
some shorter ones, but the nice thing is that it's very intimate setting because
Very
there's just a few
intimate.
people. If you want the password, you'll have to DM me. But the link to that meeting is actually in the description of this podcast episode.
I find it very interesting. The process of uncovering, discovering, and discarding, to me, feels just, it's fascinating. I mean, the groups are digging deep. The people in our meeting and sharing stuff that I think is just mind-blowing.
UDD.
What does that mean?
UDD.
UDD.
Uncovering, discovering,
I
discarding.
like that. Yeah.
UDD.
Got to peel it to heal it.
Not me, DD. UDD.
Right.
Yeah.
Peeling off the layers and reinventing myself. I think it's an adventure.
That's right. And what happens when you start peeling off layers of the onion? Sometimes you cry.
That's right.
Yeah, because it brings up feelings.
Exactly. And sometimes a person can feel a little raw for a few days.
Like a raw onion.
Yes, thank you.
That's true.
And a little vulnerable, but it won't kill.
But eventually those ingredients you can chop up and cook up and make some delicious stuff
Right.
and have a delicious life.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a good analogy.
Yeah, life can be your feast.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Are you ready to rock this?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into it, everybody. Perceptual Shift, page 36. All right. Overcoming resistance to shifting. Shifting perceptions can be challenging, as it requires confronting ingrained habits and beliefs. And that's what we spoke about in the last chapter.
Right.
We were talking about the lens through which we see and the roots of our perceptions. Resistance to change often arises from these four things. 1, fear of letting go.
Right. I knew fear was at the front of the list on that one.
Every time we talk about fear of letting go, I always imagine myself grabbing onto the back of this Volkswagen Bug, maybe like a 1965,
Right.
a little beat up and old,
Yeah.
with those small tires.
Right.
The rusty thing, because they're silver, those bumpers in the back, grab a hold of it.
Right.
And then something I want to keep that I'm unwilling to let go of
Right.
starts driving away.
Let go or be dragged, baby.
And then I get dragged.
Yeah.
How long do I want to be dragged for?
As short of a time as possible.
I prefer not being dragged at all.
Thank you.
I would
Yeah.
like to let go before that thing
Hold on,
takes
that
off.
deserves a day.
Yeah. Like, this is leaving.
Let go.
Let go before I get like road rash.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my visualization. So fear of letting go, surrendering familiar perceptions, even when limiting, can feel unsettling. However, walking through that discomfort and choosing love over fear opens the door to possibility and peace.
Right.
There's this weird addiction to anger, resentment, and self-pity. You see it politically a lot these days too. Like one political party will hate the other political party, or one candidate will hate the other candidate.
Yeah.
And that hatred is something that people are unwilling to let go of.
It's so icky.
Yes. And they feel justified to hate.
It's icky and it's sicky.
Yeah. I am going to hate this person or this party or this political ideology
Boo.
till the day I die.
Right.
Really? How's that hate serving
Yeah,
you?
I
It's
know.
serving me great.
I know. And enjoy your cancer that hate is causing in the body.
I promise you, this part of this book, How to Love Your Life, you cannot get this if you're in hatred.
Yeah.
So
Hatred,
if your perception is to hate
Right.
something or someone, this is unachievable.
the hatred's got to go. It's like, throw it in the
What
trash.
do we do with it? With our
Flick it off.
There we go. There we go. We flick it off. We flick off those familiar perceptions that are rooted in fear instead of love. And that opens the door to possibility and peace.
Right.
Okay. Ego attachment, the second thing. We often tie our identity to beliefs, making it difficult to admit when they're flawed. Embracing humility and releasing the need to be right strengthens self-awareness and fosters authenticity. And the idea behind this is that if I let go of my identity, I'll be the hole inside of the donut.
Right.
Because my whole sense of me is this donut.
Right.
This fried, fatty, sugary, toxic,
Junk foody.
junk foody thing that I have
With no jelly in it.
with jelly's delicious. I do
No,
like
but I
jelly.
mean, it's like an old donut that the
Yeah, it's
jelly.
all crusty and yeah. The bottom line is, I'll give you a great example here. I am a heterosexual man. For me, that's a fact. Okay.
The Love Hotel proves that.
But if that becomes my donut or my identity, and I am grabbing so tightly onto being a heterosexual man,
Right.
I remember growing up in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
And some of my friends that were gay or bisexual
Right.
said, how about having the best of both worlds, James? Right?
Yeah.
And I was rooted in this idea that never, right? I'm not saying that I should have opened the door to that and explored more. I'm just saying that sometimes these perceptions that are so, built up in concrete can hurt us sometimes, and they can prevent us from enjoying other things in life. Like maybe I would have enjoyed that. I don't know, but I can tell you this. My perception of who I was as a heterosexual man has been, and even to this day, is very, very rooted. And so letting go of everything and recognizing what I really am is a spiritual entity inside of a human body
Right.
is really what I'm going after.
Yes.
And that's not to say that suddenly I want to be bisexual or gay. I have no idea, but I do know that I want to be aligned with the universe.
Yeah.
And I want to be a little bit less rigid about
Right.
everything in my life. And that's difficult for most of us that are rooted in this ideology of who we are.
You know what else they used to say that was very similar to that? Some of my gay friends would say, ditch the bitch and take the switch.
That's funny. Oh, how about this? How about the fact that you've been able to have bands and dress up in drag and have drag queens and all of that. And how many people out there are so stuck on their belief and ideology that they have to label you gay because
Right.
you're able to be creative that way.
Yeah, my whole life I've been hearing that.
Yeah. But you have
were
been
gay.
but you've been comfortable being able to be loose with those preconceived notions and just be yourself.
I'm glad we grew up in West Hollywood in the 1970s with Rocky Horror and Bowie and all that fantastic stuff. It was part of the culture.
Right. So whatever my ego is, whatever this identity is, I would like to be flexible and loose with that.
Yeah, but I like what you said about I'm a spiritual being. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Yes, I just don't want to have these hard, fast opinions and beliefs because I don't want to live in a place where I have contempt prior to investigation.
I would take it a step further and just say, I am love.
Yeah, I am love. I like that. Okay, the next thing. Resistance to change also often arises from social pressure.
Right, sure.
Friends, family, or cultural norms may discourage new perspectives.
That's true.
Staying true to your growth is an act of courage that can inspire others to embrace their own journeys. And particularly since we were talking about, our sexuality and whatever, I can imagine what a gay individual goes through in terms of these cultural norms
Right.
and these opinions.
Yeah.
And I applaud everybody who has been able to, allow themselves to be who they are, whether they're straight or gay or non-binary or anything in between, regardless of these cultural pressures that are exerted on them. And they are significant.
I think one of the messages in the book for me is to love myself.
Yes, regardless of whatever other people think. And that's the grain of sand we were talking about.
Yes, exactly.
That grain should be abolished.
Right.
And if other people want to have that grain and that negativity or that judgment against who you are as an individual, that's their coolio.
Right, sure.
That's their hula hoop.
Yeah.
Great. You don't have to be around it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And you certainly don't have to give in to their pressures.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a choice for sure.
All right. And finally, the last area of resistance to change can often arise from habits. Old ways of thinking are comfortable. Shifting perceptions requires conscious effort and practice, but the payoff is well worth it. And for that, I want to give you this example. I was not a life lover,
Right.
but I started saying I love my life. And I started doing things
When was that?
that helped me 23 years ago. 23 years ago, I decided I am going to be a life lover.
You just woke up in the morning and said, I'm sick.
No, it was when I was putting together the inspirational backpack and I was
Right.
putting together this new way.
So you were perceptually shifting in that direction.
Well, let me
Sorta.
go back for a moment. I thought I had my shit together spiritually, emotionally. I thought I was a great husband, a great dad, a great individual, and my wife at that time, thank you very much, Crystal, shout out to you, said to
We'll
me,
give her a ding for that.
yes, we had gotten into an argument and she really basically called me out and asked me, if I am so evolved, what does my daily deal look like, basically?
Right.
How am I becoming a better version of myself? How am I growing on a daily? What am I doing in my life to grow and evolve and be a better husband and a better father and a better man every single day of my life? And I basically told her, I do a lot and I don't have to tell you what to do. And she basically said, that's pretty much what I thought you're doing, and walked out of the room.
Called your bluff.
And since we have been together, loving each other since I was a teenager,
Yeah.
she really knows me.
Yeah.
And she called me out, and I made a decision at that point. I'm never going to be called out that way again. And in order to avoid that, I am going to put together the most incredible, comprehensive program to journey myself into a higher elevation, to align myself with the universe in a way that I will become the best husband, the best father, the best person, and I will work on it every day, and I will have a set of principles and actions that I will take consistently every day in my life that no one can question. I will be the guru of this set of actions. Nobody will dispute this. And, she knew that I would do that because she knows me well enough, because I don't want to be caught with my finger in my hand in the cookie jar, and I don't want to be called out for, not doing things the best of my ability. So that was when I decided that I would start to love life, and I would start saying it out loud.
Wow.
And I would inspire myself. Because listen, let me just say this.
That was another gift of that marriage.
I had millions of gifts of that marriage. I mean, she was my greatest cheerleader ever.
Wow.
And I will never forget that.
That's
the bottom
wonderful.
line is, the only one that can truly get you to take the action you need to take to love your life and manifest abundance is you.
Right.
I can write the book.
Oh, that deserves a ding.
I can write the book. We can do the podcast. That was loud.
I know.
Almost scared me. And, other people can write the books, and you can listen to inspirational speakers, and you can listen to Jim Carrey and all these other people tell you this one. But if you don't take the action, if you don't follow a set of actions and guidelines that inspire you every day to love your life and manifest abundance, it won't happen. And we do that every day.
Every day.
And it takes a lot of time.
No coasting, and that's why I'm a big fan of writing.
That's right.
Writing
That's right.
is action.
That's right.
Yeah.
At the back of this book, you'll see a list of actions that life lovers take every day.
Right. Fantastic.
And you can incorporate those in your life and do those,
Yeah.
and then you can get all the gifts.
Sure.
And manifest whatever it is you want in your life, or you cannot do it.
Right.
And a lot of the people, I've said this before, a lot of the people I mentor love all this stuff, but they don't take the actions.
They're lazy.
And they're wondering why they're stuck in that same kind of bummer, depressed,
stinking
victim-y,
thinking,
resentment, it's not fairism.
Drama, queenism.
Okay. So we're
so boring.
We're running out of time here, bro.
I'll
you see the
zip.
time over there?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get through this. Okay. So fear of letting go, ego attachment, social pressure, and habits are often some of the common resistance to change that we experience. Overcoming resistance starts with cultivating curiosity, focusing on the benefits of change, and seeking support from those who encourage growth. Be around people who are doing this deal, folks.
Yes.
With consistent
Wait a minute.
practice, thank you, supportive relationships, and faith in yourself, transformation is possible. And I want to add to that, it's not only possible, it's guaranteed.
Yeah. Supportive relationships.
Yes.
That sounds so healthy to me.
Believing in yourself.
Yes.
Right? And doing the footwork.
Not unsupportive relationships.
Yes.
Supportive relationships.
But it says consistent practice. That's the footwork. That's the action.
Yeah.
All right. So the question, Robbie, since we're over time, have you ever had an interaction where your need to be right, self-righteousness, made another person you were talking to feel wrong?
Yes.
All right. Would you share that situation with us and how allowing them to express their perspective without making them wrong in the future might have a different outcome?
Right. Well, because my last relationship, I think we've both done some work on ourselves, so our communication skills were pretty good, but there's always room for improvement. And
always room for improvement, folks.
Yeah. And I felt that I was right. I don't think I had the need to be right. I think I had a desire to be right. But about being frugal, I guess, with finances. Like, I don't like having debt. I'm not like a huge credit card person.
Whereas I have tons of it, by the way.
And so I try to just live a minimalist kind of, semi-yogic, monk-like, glitter monk, albeit.
Ergo, the car he used to drive.
Right.
The beater of all beaters on the island of Maui.
They
Rusting through the roof so that the rain poured in on him when he drove.
the Maui Cruiser from hell, yes. But
I don't know how you got 4 spare tires on that car, but you must have found them on the side of the road.
the little orange ones that are like $20.
Yeah.
So,
At least the doors opened up if you reached to the outside handle.
I remember someone stole my battery, and we had to rig the little.
Yes,
lock.
we had the roof chained with a lock so nobody would steal the next
It
battery.
was the ugliest car.
Yeah.
But I think I was a little bit. There's this wonderful saying, "Let's agree to disagree," and that is such a good, healthy technique of communicating.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite lines because that doesn't make the other person wrong or me wrong. It's like we have a different perspective on this.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. In that relationship, what were you making her feel wronged about?
I don't like being in debt. I don't like charging.
But how were you making her feel bad?
Well, I think I was. I mean, she probably thought I was super cheap or something, which I was, I guess.
So she felt that she wanted to have some nice things?
I think she wanted to have nice things like any woman would.
Or any person. Most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was probably hard because I have this sort of dirt hippie thing, and I'm.
And of course, folks,
And
just
I'm
to
a
let you know,
surfer,
he had
you know.
plenty of money in the bank. It wasn't that. It was that he was just frugal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I like common sense. I don't like lots of stuff. I mean, on my birthday, all I want for my birthday is some lamb curry.
You like socks.
Socks, yeah. That's true.
I
And
do
I like
also.
hairspray.
I did get you the lamb curry.
Yeah.
Actually, Dad paid for that.
Did he?
Yeah, he paid for that lamb curry.
Shout out to Dad. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was his birthday gift. Okay, since we're almost out of time here.
Namaste, Dad.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do mine. Mine, since we were mentioning Crystal,
Yeah.
who I love very much, my ex-wife.
Shout out to Crystal. I already gave her a shout.
Yeah, you gave her a shout out. I'll give her a shout out this time, Crystal. Here you go.
High school sweethearts.
It wasn't long ago that we were both planning a trip out to visit our son Jake in
Right.
Boston.
Oh, my God.
And she was trying to balance her work stuff with, our daughter Annie planning to go out there. And then when she heard that I was also planning to go out there, it threw kind of another wrinkle in her schedule, trying to now work around my schedule. And she called me up and asked me very nicely if maybe I could just wait until she figured out her travel plans,
Right.
and then book mine because my schedule is more flexible than hers, which is true. And I had said to her, when will you know when your schedule is? And she said, well, it's dependent upon our daughter Annie and a couple of other things. And I said, listen, I'm not going to wait, and I'm not. I started pushing back, and I started needing to be right, and getting upset, and making her wrong. You don't have the right to tell me when I can't visit my son,
wow.
and da 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 da. And I got very unspiritual.
Sounds like it.
Unkind in that moment. And this is really important for everybody to know that I am not some yogi on top of the mountain that somehow, even though I wrote this book and do all this work, never has a moment of lapse in my ability to be kind and loving and pause when agitated.
Right.
I essentially felt like I'm allowed to make my decisions, and they don't have to be based on what you're going to do in your life. What really was going on is I wasn't being considerate.
Right.
And so I had to make amends. And I had to apologize to her and let her know, actually, that she doesn't deserve to be treated that way. She was very kind.
You get a ding for that.
Thank you. When she came to me, I was defensive. I was being self-righteous, needing to be right.
Right.
And that made her feel bad.
Sure.
And unappreciated. I can't tell you how much I appreciate her. She's the mother of my children, some of my children. And I appreciate her beyond belief. So I had to let her know that in the future I will work harder to not react in that way.
That's awesome.
And that I will happily wait until she figures out the plans and then make my plans around her plans.
Wow.
And, this process for me.
So that worked out, right?
Yes. It's almost as rewarding as pausing when agitated because I get to pat myself on the back for recognizing when I make a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's a loving act not only towards her, but it's a loving act towards me.
And also, it sounds a little bit like being a gentleman.
Yes,
You know?
yes. And I had to forgive myself
Right.
for that slip. So that's my
That's
my
awesome.
moment.
I love
I don't
that.
know if you have a moment out there, everybody listening to this podcast, but think about if you've had a moment recently or in the past in your life where you've really clung to your ideology and clung to what you felt was right, and someone else had a differing opinion of what they felt was right. And rather than agreeing to disagree and saying we can both be right from our point of view,
Sure.
you created this scenario where you broke the level of kindness and love in order to be right.
Right.
And like Tom says so frequently,
Yeah.
what does he say?
Do I want to be happy or do I want to be right?
That's right.
And I always say, check the happy box.
Check the happy box. And if you think you can be happy and right, there might be a few occasions where that can happen.
Yeah.
But we're talking about when you have to decide between one or the other.
Right. Happy.
I would like to always choose happiness. So with that, always choose happiness. We've run out of time. It was, as always, a pleasure. I love doing this with you, bro. I love being able to be here for you guys. I hope that somebody out there got something from what we shared.
It's one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm very passionate about loving my life.
And manifesting abundance,
Yeah.
which we have done successfully and continue to do every day. And you can too.
Yeah.
Before we make the final announcement, we do what we always do towards the end of the show, which is something very similar that we do in the beginning of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We realign ourselves. We put on a new pair of glasses. We adjust ourselves by
Perceptual shift
applying
lenses.
our perceptual shift lenses, PSLs. Right? We got our PSLs.
Technical term.
Yes. And we grab our axes.
Perceptual shift.
And
axis.
we bring to you the second song of the show.
Are you ready to dive in with reckless abandon?
I'm not only ready, but I am excited.
Here we go. That's awesome.
Now you've heard the Shift Show.
Hope you
Got your mind blown. We'll be back next week with more to say. Yeah. And if you are a seeker, buy the book, dig deeper. Take what you like and now go out and play. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And that does it for another show, with the exception of a final announcement.
That's right.
And this is the same announcement you heard at the beginning of the show if you were with us then, and that is that if you would like to perceptually shift with us, love your life more, and manifest some abundance, join us for the next show. You can like, follow, or subscribe to this one, and you'll get notified. Or if you really want to dig deeper, like our song said, you can get a copy of the Perceptual Shift book if you don't have it already. You can buy it on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, other places online. It's only $14.95, I think, for the softback book, or you can get the hardback book. Or if you want to save a few dollars,
The Kindle version for just a couple of rupees.
that's right. But if you buy the Kindle version,
Get a notebook.
that's right, because you'll be doing some writing.
Yeah, and
If you really want to
the
shift.
questions are, it's so cathartic to write. It's easy to, reading it is great. And listening, you're working on an audiobook, right?
I am working on the audiobook.
That's great too. If you're
Yeah.
on a plane or something,
Listening is a
zone
bomb,
out,
yeah.
It's fantastic. But it's next level with the writing.
It
I
is next
highly
level.
recommend
You know,
it.
I'm in the middle of it, and I'm
Like it
I've-
says in the song, dig deeper, wink, wink.
I've kind of stalled on the audio, and I'll tell you why, is that I really like to take a lot of time to think about these things before I do it.
Right.
And one of the things I was thinking about doing, and you can give me your opinion on this, is on the audiobook, since you won't be writing, or many people won't have the writing, saying something along the lines of, And if you don't have something to write with or a book right now, I want you to close your eyes and think about a moment when,
Sure.
for example, you thought you were right, someone else thought they were right, and you had a little, visualize it and think about how behaving differently and allowing them to be right and you to be right, and it being a win-win situation.
Yeah, there we go.
Because you don't need to argue, may have turned it around differently.
Right.
I know that when I fight somebody on being right, it never ends very well.
It's dumb.
Yeah. So...
And I don't even feel good. Even if I do get my way, I feel like such a jerk afterwards.
No,
like,
you won.
I trampled all over their feelings or something.
Yeah, you may have won on the point,
vibing.
but you lost in the relationship.
Right.
Yeah. And also, who wants to be wrong? That's exactly what you do when you're right, is you make the other person wrong. You think they're going to want to be with you more often?
There's a little shame involved in it.
Yeah, there is some shame.
It's passive-aggressive sometimes.
Yes.
It's icky.
So
it's not loving.
Yeah. Also, if you want to get a signed copy of the book, DM me at James M for Michael Quine, Quine, James M Quine. DM me, ask me for a signed copy. I will get you the information. Make sure that happens. If you want to inscribe to you or to somebody else and give it as a gift, we can do that. You can also check out some life hacks and some other cool things. We even have one video of Dad in there, right? Doing the angry man.
Angry dad.
Our dad was kind of angry growing up, so it's kind of a throwback to and he was acting a little bit.
He was a great sport about
He was a great sport,
I mean, his acting chops really came out in that.
They did. And then, final announcement, don't forget about our Saturday workshop. We'd love to see you there. If you have the book, you want to do the writing with us, we'll be live. Robbie and I go there every Saturday.
We're doing the work right with you guys.
3 p.m. California Standard Time. Or Pacific Standard Time in California. And 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Saturday. The password is available if you DM me, but the link to the Zoom meeting is in the description to this podcast. And one more final thought about life loving.
Yeah.
When we say, I love my life, when we talk about loving life, that doesn't mean that we love every single thing that happens to us.
Right.
You can love your life and still not love stubbing your toe on the side of the bed.
Or getting a flat tire.
Yeah.
There's going to be
or
moments.
having somebody yell at you.
Or somebody buys the hairspray that I thought was going to still be there the next day at Ross. And
yeah, exactly. That being said, just because those moments happen in our life doesn't mean we need to stop loving our life. We can still be confirmed, accredited life lovers.
Card-carrying members.
Yeah, we can still have the bumper sticker that says, I love my life on the back. Or the license plate. Like, I have a license plate that says ILML. Right? And another one that says LYFLVR. And you can still have that.
Our biggest cheerleader of all time is Annie. She's got a tattoo.
Annie's got the tattoo.
She gets
I love my life. That's right. So you can still love your life even though you have some hiccups.
Right.
And some, what is it, like a pebble in your shoe or something like that.
Little irritations here and there.
Yeah. And we get through those.
Yeah, keep them in perspective. I mean, it's about just washing in the largest way possible that I
love
my life.
Yeah, we perceptually,
even with the problem.
We perceptually shift those moments away.
Right.
And we adamantly love our life regardless of people, places, things. Yeah. So if you'd like to start, you can start the way I started this whole thing out, which is just by saying it over and over again. Fake it till you make it if you have to. We say I love my life out loud. Yep. We yell it out loud.
And it's our mantra around here.
And we're going to do it right now. So join us if you want.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I love my life! Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for coming, you guys.
The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa.